Hey, I'm Andy Aledort. In this edition of In Deep, we're going to continue our look at a slide guitar solo that I played over a great Jim Oblon backing track. The track's in the key of E, and I'm playing slide guitar with the guitar in an open E tuning, which is E, B, E, G sharp, B, E. And so let's take a look at the next to last chorus, and then I'll break it down for you. Let's pick it up from the last E chord where the previous chorus ends. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here. So that's the beginning of the next chorus. Just those little hammers. And I just hung out on the bottom string. And then I slid up to from G to A. And then it goes right to B. Yeah, so we're on B. Now this is, of course, with the wah-wah. I'm not using the wah-wah right here. So this is your typical thing when you're in an open E tuning. Wherever your chord is, you can play the notes at that fret and 2 frets below. And then 1 extra fret lower on the A string. And you have your triad right here on the D, G, and B strings. So that's the triad of B major, B, D sharp, F sharp. So we start with that. And then we have that thing where you're kind of moving back and forth, major 10 on a slide guitar, to alternate between moving up and moving back. And then so this is kind of a tremolo pick thing. We're playing the 5th of B, F sharp, and flat 7, A. Those are both located at 10th fret of the G and the B string. So you alternate quickly between I'm alternating quickly between my ring finger and my thumb. Some people prefer their index or their middle. I got accustomed to using these 2 fingers from cupping the pick in my index finger, even though I'm not doing that now. And then I turn it into a faster. So the fast tremolo pick I do in a different way. I hold my thumb and my middle finger against each other. Thumb picks the G, middle picks the B. But what makes it sound correct to me is that when you pick the G, the B's muted, and when you pick the B, the G's muted. So you only hear 1 string at a time, as opposed to hearing them both ringing. And that's a sound I like. And then I kind of went like here for D. But I keep moving, so the idea was for you to hear the sound of the ascent as a way to set up that arrival at the E chord. Right there. One more time, you have the fifth, and the flat 7. but this time over E. So we went from 5th flat 7 on the B, 5th flat 7 on the D, 5th flat 7 on the E. And then, so that 5th flat 7 switches to 6th root, and then 3rd, 5th. And then that's the beginning of the next chorus. So let's watch the next chorus, then I'll break that down for you. All right, let's take a look at this next chorus. So that's how it begins, with a low E on the bottom. And then that slide up. And it's sort of in between minor third and major third. And then you can go beyond. So the idea, you know, one of the beautiful things about slide is the pitches just keep moving around. So like a voice, it's more sort of the impression of a note than necessarily nailing minor third or major third. It's kind of in between, and then it keeps moving. And then those two pullbacks to the flat 7D. And then so I switch from the minor third kind of area to the 4th A, again beyond. So it's sort of like 4, flat 3, 1, but with some little, you know, movement in there to make it interesting. So right here when I'm going, that's on E, so I got the root note off the 6th, but when it goes to A, those two notes, the E and the C sharp, turn into the 5th and the flat major third of A. And then I can just move that up a whole step for B. So, you know, again, the overall broader idea is to play things that are going to connect to one another in a melodic way. So that still sounds like E. That still sounds like E. But then it also sounds like A. And then, so it's not just a solo, you have a theme happening too. So then that's repeated. One more time. Yeah. A little melodic development there. So jumping strings. And then I move down here. You know, so again, it's interesting to go from get more range melodically, of course. Kind of an exaggerated pullback. more expressiveness. Yeah, that's right on the D. Big E on the bottom, and then E on top. You know, so the nice effect of jumping around, like from here, and then from here, back up high. So that repeated pull back to the 4, and then the triplet rhythm. So that's another thing. You want to make sure your lines aren't just melodic, but rhythmically interesting and rhythmically expressive. You know, so I finish the phrase, and I can hit my big low E on the bottom. And that's it. So I hope you dug it. Make sure when you're practicing, you think about the ways you can play in each chord. There's only 4 chords. That's E, you have your A, B, and D. Back to E. All right, have some fun playing slide in an open E tuning.